Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Michael Ahwetie. I'm the Managing Director of P1 Pro, and I want to encourage you to subscribe to Cedarwood Radio.
Hello viewers, I am Ambassador Dr. Julius Oyedemi, your most astounding CEO 2023 P1 Group. The best radio to listen to is no other than the Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Thank you.
You too can own your own luxurious apartments at the Cedarwood Luxury Maisonette and Apartments here in Ajaya Apata, Shangotedu, Lagos. At the Cedarwood Luxury Maisonette and Apartments, we have one-bedroom apartments that go for 35 million. We have the two-bedroom apartments that go for 45 million, and the four-bedroom maisonette duplexes that go for 60 million naira. Get your own luxurious apartments at Cedarwood Luxury Maisonette and Apartments here in Ajaya Apata. This is to say a very big thank you and congratulations to every of our subscriber at the Autograph Maisonette and Apartments, Monastery Road, Shangotedu, and also a clarion call to everyone who has not subscribed yet to that estate. Don't miss out on this beautiful offer. The Autograph Maisonette and Apartments is offering two-bedroom apartments that go for 55 million naira, the three-bedroom apartments that go for 65 million naira, and also the four-bedroom maisonette duplex that go for 85 million naira on service plots on 300 square meters that is offering at 35 million naira. Subscribe today.
Congratulations to you if you've subscribed to the Autograph Eatery by Cedarwood. And to those of you that haven't subscribed, this is your chance to take advantage of the early bird price and own a property today.
Congratulations to our esteemed customers who are subscribed to Autograph Grandeur by Cedarwood. This is an open invitation for you to subscribe to Autograph Grandeur by Cedarwood.
We are offering you a one-bedroom apartment for 35 million naira, a two-bedroom apartment for 45 million naira, and a three-bedroom apartment for 60 million naira.
Do not snooze on this golden opportunity to own a luxurious apartment in a serene, built-up environment while the price is still affordable. By becoming a subscriber today, you can enjoy a quick return on investment due to the rapid change in price as construction progresses. Subscribe today and secure a home and enjoy luxury.
Barrister Dennis Christian is my name. I am the legal officer of E1 Plus Business Concern. As we all know, Every estate has its unique features, and no two estates has the same features. This is to say, no two estates has the same terms and conditions. So it is wise that you first read our terms and conditions of our estate before you finally pen down your signature. Now, the first reason as to why reading our terms and conditions before subscribing to our estate is very important is that our terms and conditions will inform you about our payment details. You'll be informed as to the total costs, our payment schedules and structures, additional fee and refund policy. Secondly, you'll be informed properly about our documentation process and your ownership documents. You'll be informed as to the appropriate time to which you will come for your contract of sale. You'll be informed as to the appropriate time to which you will get your documents of ownership. Now, reading our terms and conditions will also inform you properly about the project timeline. You'll be informed as to when development will start. You'll be informed as to the time you will come for your physical allocation. You will also be informed of the processes in case you want to start developing your land. You will also be informed as to when you can start. Our terms and conditions will properly inform you as to the facilities and the amenities to which you are to expect. In order for you to have first-hand information, you properly go through our terms and conditions. Now, finally, our terms and conditions will properly inform you as to refund policy. Now, you want a refund. Reading our terms and conditions will inform you as to when and how you will get your refunds. Now, reading our terms and conditions will inform you about your default fee in case you default in payments. This is the reason why you need to carefully read our terms and conditions before you sign to it. Thank you very much.
There's this thing, real estate. You heard of it? Of course you have. It's why you're here. It does things for people. It makes big promises to people. It creates profits, it creates commissions, it creates cash flow, it creates equity, it creates wealth. Will it do that for you? It makes big promises to people with big dreams. Real estate promises possibility to those pursuing the impossible. It's kept that promise to more people than anything else. It's kept its promise of making millionaires. It's kept its promise of making billionaires. Nothing on the planet has such a track record. It continues to make those promises today. You have a vision, you have a dream, I know you do. Will real estate keep its promise to you too? It depends. What promise did you make to it? Are you interested in real estate or are you committed to it? Are you committed to modifying yourself or will you ultimately modify your dream? You can lower the bar or you can elevate your know-how. You can shrink your dream or you can expand yourself. Which promise did you make? Or have you yet to make one? Are you gonna think about it or are you gonna be about it? This is your dream. Will you do what's necessary to get it? You told people you were going to do this and they are watching. Some of them are rooting for you. Some are depending on you. Some are hoping you don't make it. Some can't wait to tell you, I told you so. They're all watching. Bold decisions attract attention, and you've got theirs. Promise or no promise, there's no turning back now. You've put your word on the line. You've made an investment of money, an investment of time, an investment in yourself. Did you think this was gonna be easy? Did you just think the planets were gonna magically align to deliver you to your dream's doorstep? Did you think you could do this without leaving your comfort zone? If someone told you that you could, they done told you wrong. Succeeding in real estate is a sport of participation. You gotta show up, you gotta suit up. You have to participate in the lessons. You have to participate in the plan. It's a process. You have to participate in the practice. You see, there's where you are right now, and there's where you want to be. And then there's what stands in the way. And what stands in your way is the lack of a skill set. And you don't need the whole skill set right away. What you lack in skill, you can make up in volume. And what you do in volume, you will build up in competence. And when you participate in your competence, you gain your confidence. And confident participation leads to the realization of your dream. You have to participate in the mistakes you're gonna make. You have to participate in the corrections you'll make. You have to participate in the repetitions. That's how skills are made. That's how you're gonna get yours. It's the repetitions that lead to learning. It's the repetitions that lead to retention. And those repetitions won't get any easier, but you will get better. And when you get better, life will get better. It's those repetitions that lead to mastery. That's how it happens. This is your dream. When you declared it, it became your responsibility to achieve it. So are you in? Are you ready? You are. I know you are. I know you are because I know to achieve your dream, you don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Dr. Martin Luther King said that. You know him? Yeah, he said that. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step, or the step after that one, or the step after that one. You only need to see the first step. And that's easy. And I know you can do that. And when standing on step 1, step 2 is easy. And then step 3 is easy, and so on. The fastest way up that staircase is to step at the speed of instruction. Getting ready to get ready, that's reserved for the ordinary. You are extraordinary. Extraordinary people step fast. They move faster than their doubts. They stay ahead of their negative thinking. They start where they are. They use what they have. They do what they can. They start. They dismiss their lack of resources, and they embrace their resourcefulness. They travel as far as they can see, and when they get there, they see further. And so will you. Because you can't steer a parked car. Correcting your course is easier while in motion than when at a standstill. You must get in and drive. You must be the driver of yours. Those that led you to believe this would be easy, you know who they are. I'm in all the same social media feeds you're in. I see them too. You knew this wouldn't be easy. You wanted it to be, but you knew it wouldn't be. No dream worth achieving comes easy. You knew that. You knew the mission was tough when you took it. Get out there. You got this. Success in real estate is not beyond you. Talent is not required. Consistency is required. Genius is not required. Persistence is required. Money is not required. Discipline is required. It's gonna be frustrating. It'll be tiring. It'll feel unfair at times. Sometimes it will feel impossible. It'll be right all there up in your face. You'll get sick of the grind. You'll feel like giving up. You'll look for reasons to. You'll look for validation to. You'll look for permission to give up. And you will find reasons to quit. You will make excuses to quit. But you can't deposit excuses. Excuses don't pay the bills. Those excuses are there though. They will always be there. But this opportunity will not. And that little voice, it's there too. You know that voice. I know you do. If you're thinking, what voice? That voice, the one that's talking to you right now, that's the one I'm talking about. And it won't shut up. It'll never shut up. The whole time it's whispering to you, it's okay. You gave it a shot. It didn't work out. No one will blame you for this. Everyone knows real estate is hard, so take a break. Head back to the couch. No one will notice. No one will see you. They will see you. They are watching. That voice is not your friend. That voice is a monster. And that monster doesn't sleep under your bed. It lives in your head, rent-free. Serve it an eviction notice. Kick it to the curb, out on the street. Don't listen to it. That's what other people do. They listen to it. And if you do what they do, you'll get what they got. Do what they don't to achieve what they won't. Yeah, it's gonna be uncomfortable. It may even be painful to continue, but it'll be more painful to stop. Remember those who said you wouldn't make it? They're watching. Don't give them the satisfaction. And when you feel that you've reached the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hold on. The only person that can let go is you. Stop focusing on what is happening and focus on what you want to have happen. This struggle, it isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. The pressure is good for you. This is how diamonds are made. You were given this opportunity because you are strong enough to seize it. And it doesn't matter what others are doing. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing. What matters is what you are doing while they're all doing what they're doing. I mean, are you winning or are you whining? Real estate, it's the lowest paying easy work, yet it's the highest paying hard work. That's why you're here. You want to get paid. And if you have time to tell people how hard you're working, you're not working hard. If you're sitting here waiting for someone to save you, waiting for someone to fix you, waiting for someone to do it for you, you are wasting time. And you can't recycle wasted time. If you want to have your dream as a reality, you will have to become someone you've never been. And you will have to do the things that that person would do. And you're still gonna stumble. You will fail. But that is your opportunity to get back up and do it again more intelligently. That is your opportunity to practice your performance. That is your opportunity to perfect your technique. That is your opportunity to persevere. This is your opportunity to finally follow through. This is your opportunity to win. Second place is not good enough. No, not this time. This is your time. You can do this. Anyone can do this. But most people won't. And that is your opportunity. Real estate keeps its promises to those that keep their promises to it. Your dream will not be a result of what you're thinking about doing. Listen, less dwelling, more doing. Less learning, more implementing what you've already learned. You don't need more learning, you need more discipline. And the road to your dream, it's paved with discipline. But here's the thing, discipline lives outside your comfort zone. So you gotta take the fight outside. Now watch this. The sooner you get out of your comfort zone, the sooner you'll realize it wasn't that comfortable. Real estate promises possibility. Your consistent, persistent participation in real estate makes your wealth probable. It promises possibility to you. You must meet it halfway and promise your consistent, persistent participation to get the probability from it. That's the agreement between real estate and you. That's how real estate moguls are made. And you are a mogul in the making. But what if I fail? What if you fail? What if you succeed? Get out there. Yesterday you said tomorrow, and tomorrow is today. You know what to do. Now do what you know. You promised.
All right, beautiful afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? So, I wanted to say, all right, beautiful afternoon. Everything just damn in my mouth. Yes, welcome to the Real Estate in Nigeria program right here on Nigeria's first Real Estate Radio. Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. My name is David. And yes, for the displayed picture you saw earlier before my voice, you can head on to Facebook to get it, just in case it is so tiny on the screen and you're able to read it. Just go head on to Facebook, check on our timeline. We reposted that picture, and you can also find it on Dr. Julius's Facebook page as well. And also during the morning session, we read out the details of that particular press release. You can go back to our morning session to get the audio presentation of that press release. All right, this afternoon on the Real Estate in Nigeria program, Finally, I am bringing to the program a contemplation that has been on my mind, a contemplation that has been that I've been contemplating within me. It's a conversation that I've had over time, and I also posted it on social media, more like a rhetorical question. And I'm bringing the question on the show this afternoon, and I'm asking everybody. I want a response from you, either live on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you can watch us from. Please do well to respond. Also, not forgetting to like, to comment, and to share as well. And also joining the conversation either via the comment section or the WhatsApp number that is right there on the screen. You can put a call through to us via WhatsApp call or just drop a WhatsApp message. Now, the question I want to ask this afternoon that I hopefully would get a response is this. Now, real estate companies in Nigeria and the level of housing deficit we also have in Nigeria. I don't know of other countries, but let's talk about our own country. We're in Nigeria, right? Are real estate companies in Nigeria out there to solve housing deficits? Have you ever thought of it? I mean, this thing just came to my mind. I'm like, okay, just trying to have some form of observation and the cost of buying a house, the cost of renting houses. I mean, it has been a wonderful experience trying to get an apartment for so many Nigerians, Lagosians especially, because I'm in Lagos. And by the way, talking about renting an apartment, yesterday evening, I saw a video on Instagram. There's this guy. There's this guy that comes. He's a social media influencer, and he comes online to call out people's names, and he has a very unique way of doing it. So, for instance, if I want to call out Mr. Itunu's name for stealing my money, just with his very tiny voice, Mr. Itunu Ajayi, national debtor, something like that. So you all know what I'm talking about, all right? Now, while I was just going through his page, I saw one of his posts where he said, Governor Sawalu, talking about how, talking about the fact that tenancy rates, number one, and then also those extras, those things you get on top when you want to get an apartment. And we also saw, I also saw videos of people that share their experience, how they wanted to rent an apartment. For instance, the apartment is going for 500,000, and you start hearing agency fee of, very ridiculous agency fee, caution fee, legal fee, this one fee, that one fee, and unnecessary fee that makes people feel so bad. Yeah. And, that aside, that is even a conversation for another day. But the question is, are real estate companies out there to solve housing deficits in Nigeria? Whose responsibility? Or should I say, who has? There's a grammar I wanted to use, but the grammar is the right pronunciation is not coming to my head. But let me just use normal English that I know, Jerry. Whose responsibility is it to solve housing deficits? Who has the responsibility? Is it the private sector or the government? Whose responsibility? When it comes to housing deficit in Nigeria, who has that responsibility to solve it? Are real estate companies out there to solve housing deficit? Let's have that conversation this afternoon. Now, let me take you back to May 20. Let me take you back to May 20. May 26, 2025. And this reading is going to take about 2 minutes. And it is from Premium Times newspaper. Now, it says here, Nigeria grappling with 28 million housing deficit. Firm. So that is like a firm talking about the fact that Nigeria is grappling with 28 million naira. 28 million, not naira, 28 million housing deficit. It says, firm says solving the problem requires collaboration between government and the private sector. By Tunde Akambi, May 26, 2025. A real estate firm, Gypzit Properties Limited, says Nigeria is grappling with over 28 million housing deficit. The chief executive officer of the firm, Aziz Adigun, disclosed this on the sidelines of the inaugural Kwara Real Estate Conference held at Banquet Hall of Government House in Ilorin, teams aspiring to elevate. The conference was held by the firm in partnership with Kabab Nigeria Limited. Mr. Adigun said Kwara State alone has a housing deficit of about 1 million. However, he said solving the problem requires government and private sector collaboration. Somebody say collaboration. Put it down in the comment section. Say collaboration. Now, the solution to the housing problem does not lie with the government alone. The government is only a facilitator of the solution. The government is only what? A facilitator to the solution. The private sector has to come in partner with the government to help in providing solutions to housing problems and challenges, he said. Mr. Adigun said Kwara is positioned as a gateway to the north and the south due to its natural endowment in tourism and the agro-allied sector. Kwara State has enormous potential that all of us can gap into. Kwara State is like a sleeping giant which has been like a sleeping giant which has been there like forever. And you know that when you have a sleeping giant, you need something to stimulate it to wake up. Mr. Adigun said his firm planned to invest heavily in the real estate sector of the state. Now, when a real estate firm comes out to make some pronouncements or proclamations about making housing a reality, solving housing deficits and all that thing, then you want to ask yourself, is it the responsibility of the private sector when it comes to real estate to solve housing deficits? And then you also want to ask yourself, because when we talk about solving housing deficits, we are also talking about making home very affordable even for the low income earners. The private sectors are out there to make profits. That brings us back to the question, how then will the private real estate sector solve housing deficits when they are out there to make profits? At this point, I need professionals to come in and answer these questions and throw more light to these things. I'm just a radio presenter bringing info, educative conversations your way. All right? So many things to talk about right here when it comes to housing deficits and real estate company and also. But yeah, let's move on. The government has their plan. Ours is just to key into part of the plan. We are hoping to invest massively. The government has their plan. The private sector also has their own plan. Now, from part of what I said, it says the government is to pave way for the private sector or the real estate industries to come in and play a vital role. Are we seeing that come to play? The solution to the housing problem does not lie with the government alone. The government is only a facilitator of the solution. But the question is the government facilitating the solution, or are they even ready to facilitate the solution? The private sector has to come in partner with the government to help in providing solutions to housing problems and challenges. Now the question is the private sector ready and willing to partner with the government to help solve housing problems? Now, even if the private sectors are ready, is the government also willing and ready to make available the platform and the opportunity for the private sector to help in solving housing problems? Because, like I said earlier, every private sector businessman or woman out there, and they have to make profits. You don't expect the private sector to go through a lot of challenges trying to acquire properties, try to acquire landed properties, pay a whole lot of documents, pay for this, pay for that, you pay for this, you pay for that, you pay for this approval, you pay for that approval, you do this, you do a lot of spending, and still expect that private sector to put out any property that is affordable even for a local man like me. You see what we're talking about right here? So that brings us to another question. Housing deficits. How soon? I mean, is it something? Is it a challenge that will receive salvation or solution anytime soon? Remember some of the things that I have already put in place while I'm talking about this. I mean, considering some of the things that I have said. Let's move on. There's a lot to read out to you this afternoon. So, the government has their plan. Okay, I've said that. In his remarks, the State Commissioner for Urban and Housing Development, Segun Ogunshola, said the ongoing Kwara Smart City project was designed to house no fewer than 540,000 residents. At what price? And the 540,000 residents, what level are they in the society? Are they the poor? Are they the middle class? Are they the rich? Are they the wealthy? Because in some of the promotional videos of real estate companies, you hear things like, this property is for the 1% of the 1%. When you hear things like luxurious apartments, when you hear things like, yes, basically those things, and you begin to ask yourself, how is it possible for the poor man to afford at least a reasonable place to stay? In as much as we have so many people on the streets without shelter, I also need us to understand that the society is at risk. It is more like sitting on a time bomb. The more we have people on the street who don't have a place to stay, the more the government is not playing a pivotal, important role in solving or taking people out of the street and at least giving them a shelter, the more challenges we tend to have in the nearest future. Now, we have a lot to do, and I'm just looking at how fast the time is running. He said the city will have residential, commercial, industrial, and recreational facilities. Okay. it has been presented that Nigeria in the next 25 years will become the third most populous country in the world. So we have India, China, and others. And the question lies, what are we doing preparatory for this demographic fact in all aspects of our lives: economic, agriculture, environment, housing, infrastructure? As part of its urban renewal project, he said the government has improved the state infrastructure with a quality road network. Also speaking at the event, the Attorney General of Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi said the government alone cannot meet the accommodation needs of the people owing to the limited resources at its disposal. All right. So we've gotten the major part of this conversation from this part. Now, let me take you to this article from Bolaji Okusaga on LinkedIn. And by the way, if you're not on LinkedIn, you should be, if you're I wanted to say if you're a serious-minded person, because on LinkedIn you will get a lot of information, you will get a lot of articles, you'll get a lot of, deep conversations, intelligent conversations, and all that. Now, he says this is an article from Bolaji Okusaga, managing consultant at Precise Reputation Design. Nigeria housing crisis, what is the way out? All right, please, viewers, pay close attention. Now, this article starts with the problem. Nigeria currently has a housing deficit of about, let me put it about, because this article has, it's been a while, yeah, though. So Nigeria currently has a housing deficit of, so I read from here, please just permit me to go back a bit. 28 million housing deficit. So as at 2015, it was 16 million, and now in 2025, it is what? 28 million. So Nigeria currently has a housing deficit of about 28 million. Lagos alone accounts for 30%, if not, for Lagos alone accounts for about 30% or more of that deficit. Let's look at the state of housing in Lagos. According to recently released statistics, Lagos has about over 7.75 million houses against a population that is in excess of over 20 million. Statistics also show that out of these over 4.75 million houses, only over 3. Now, the reason I'm using the word over is because this article is not as recent as 2025. All right. Yeah. So only over 3.15 million and residential, while the rest are offices, churches, and mosques. And over a third of the remaining over 3.15 million houses are in slums and areas which clearly need urban renewal. One may not appreciate how bad the issue of housing deficit currently is until one considers the size and the age distribution of the Nigerian population and the population growth rate, which is put at a year-on-year average of over 2% against the low rate of growth of the real estate market, especially at the lower end and the market. World Bank statistics puts Nigeria at over 168 million people, which is about over 200 million people right now, with over 70% of the total population below 40 years of age. From the total population, therefore, about over 118 million people are below the age of 40 years, with the median age at 17.9 years. Now, if that statistics is placed against other key indicators such as rate of migration and rate of migration from rural to urban centers, it becomes palpable that beyond the current 16 million housing or over 16 or 28 million housing deficit, there would be a major housing crisis in less than 20 years from now, which, I mean, like I said, as at 2015, it was 16 million housing deficits, and as of 2025, we're talking about 28 million. Finding solution. The question to ask is, how do we resolve this problem? And an easy answer would be to say that government should prioritize the building of low-cost housing. But government already has a lot of issues it is battling with, such as education, health, and other social amenities. So where is the money for mass low-cost housing going to come from? Another hurried answer would be to use the PPP model. The question then arises, how do we do this successfully, since the PPP model already adopted by some state governments like Lagos appears to be failing, with the cost of the houses delivered through PPPs being out of the reach of the people it is meant for. With minimum wage pegged at how much is minimum wage now? 70,000 naira. It would be a near impossible to get. I mean, yes, it would be a near impossible to get people of low income bracket to buy houses delivered at over 5 million naira, even if they were expected to be allotted on owner-occupier basis, with repayment made through deductions from the salaries over a 20-year period. Now, the next solution will be to prioritize minimum income housing through PPPs while we rethink low-cost housing. The current reality is that the interest on mortgage loans in Nigeria average over 19%, and an equity contribution is about 20 to 40%. Now, if a medium housing unit, which is delivered at an average of 20 million naira through PPP, is put on the market for 22 million naira at 10% profit, which is below the rate of inflation put at 12.3% as at 2012, how will a medium income earner be able to access a mortgage facility at 19% interest and an equity contribution of between 5 to 6 million based on national income average? Of course, some will say, why not access the federal housing loan through the Federal Savings Bank that has a 6% charge attached to it? But then the maximum average is 15 million naira, and how many people are able to access that? That is another question. So, what is the way out? The cost of mortgages, number one. The way out is to get the banks out of mortgages first. The way out is to get the banks out of mortgages first of all, because the current interest structure from the banks defects the essence of mortgages. The question then arises, where will the average person desirous of owning a home get funding? Some will quickly say through the pension funds. But we all know that all pension schemes in Nigeria before the Obasanjo pension reforms, from National Provident Fund to Social Security Trust Fund, have been embezzled, with the consequences being the lack of real long-term funds within the economy for projects such as mass housing. So how can pension funds bail us out of this housing quagmire? My recommendation, according to Bolaji Okusaga, will be to first of all build more transparency into pension fund administration, and next step will be to encourage pension funds and insurance companies to pull together long-term funds for mortgage lending through a national saving and loan scheme, which is privately run by different operators and regulated by a national mortgage commission to be set up by the government. 2, encourage large housing off-takers to access the pool of funds from insurance and pension funds. On the supply side, large real estate off-takers can be encouraged to take advantage, to take advantage the pool of funds from the pension and insurance funds from preference given to those with low-cost designs and cheaper source of building materials. These real estate off-takers will be licensed on a regional basis based on proven capacity to deliver cheap and durable housing under a national mortgage finance akin to what is obtainable under the power reforms. Allocation of lands for this purpose will be done through state government under a land swap agreement, which will give marginal equity to state government for housing projects under their jurisdiction. If this process is fine-tuned and backed by relevant legislation, there will be a huge interest by credible foreign and local participants on the supply side, and selected off-takers will be able to leverage scope and scale advantage to lower their costs and have a good spread in terms of margins. On the demand side, prospects will be encouraged to form thrift associations to buy into such housing projects, and this thrift system will further reduce costs as subscription will be done on group basis in order to drive down costs. It is my sincere belief that, fine-tuned with other fiscal policy measures which will encourage cheaper building materials and more cost-effective housing solutions taken by government, Nigeria will begin to tread the right path to reducing our huge housing deficit, while putting plans in place to arrest the looming bust. Should Nigeria's population begin to age. Now, so it literally just looks like I just started the show. Real estate not solving Nigeria's housing deficit will be the continuation of this conversation. Yes. Hopefully next week we'll be looking at unanswered questions. We'll also be looking further into our real estate companies really solving housing deficit problem in Nigeria. We're also going to be taking some suggestions, and then we'll conclude, and we'll see how far we'll go with this conversation. For now, we'll just put it, to be very honest, I don't even know, say time don't go reach like this. Yes. So we'll save this. We'll put a pause there, and then we'll continue next week. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful time. We'll continue the conversation even after the end of this session in the comment section. And my question still remains, are real estate companies out there to solve the housing deficit in Nigeria? Or are they solely there to make profits? All right. On that note, we'll call it a day on the Real Estate in Nigeria program. So I'll see you again. Do have yourself a wonderful time.
There are two kinds of people: those who love to own property and the smart investors. I'm Ruth, and today we are going to be talking about the 5 benefits of subscribing to your property off plan.
I'm Sandra Tolefe. Speaking of which, here at P1 Plus, we offer exotic buildings at exotic locations off plan.
Here are the 5 benefits of subscribing to your property off plan. 1. Lower prices and exclusive discounts.
Off plan properties are often sold at lower prices compared to the completed units.
2. Potential for higher returns.
As the property appreciates in value during construction, buyers can benefit from significant capital gain.
3. Flexible payment plan.
Many developers provide structured payment options, making it easier for you to avoid the large upfront costs.
4. Customization.
You can enjoy the benefits of customizing your property to your desired taste during construction.
And 5. The ease of reselling your property.
You can easily resell your properties during or after construction, which means more money in the bag. Smart investors find creative ways to save money, get return on their investment, and enjoy flexible payment plans. I mentioned the exotic locations earlier. Exactly. You can get a home in a beautiful estate, just like the Cedarwood luxury apartments and terraces. Imagine living in a life-size version of this estate just by subscribing to our autograph maisonette and apartment by Cedarwood, Monastery Road, Shongotedo. That's not all. You can enjoy living in a serene environment with quality and comfort.
Be a smart investor today and subscribe to our offline property at the Autograph Maisonette and Apartments by Cedarwood, Monastery Road.
Hello listeners, you're here with your global multiple award-winning real estate celebrity, Honorable Dr. Balaji Osage Onolaja, PhD, FIPA, Nigerian Youth Role Model, MD, CEO, P1 Atlantic Property Network Limited. Keep listening to Cedarwood Luxury Radio.